Hey everyone, welcome to the Drowning in Ink podcast. This is your host, Shimona. You may know me as Love Shimona on Instagram or Relaxing with Shimona on YouTube, but I decided to start a podcast. It's been a long time in the making. I've wanted to do this for a while now, and I've tried it several times, but I think now is the time and everything's aligning. So welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited for all the conversations we're going to have together in the journey. I would say a little bit about why I started this podcast. I think deep down as a means to heal and express myself, especially at a time wherein I find myself in environments where it's not, I don't feel freely welcomed to be myself truly and authentically. So I wanted to create this space to talk about the things that I want to talk about, things that are pressing on my heart, and also the things that, I'm learning and I want to share with you all. So thank you so much for being here. And a little bit about the title, the name, it kind of just came to me a few years ago. I would say maybe early 2023 or late 2022. And yeah, since then I love books, I love reading, I love writing, and it seems even more fitting now, especially the state of where my life is at, the title, Drowning in Ink, and not necessarily in a bad way of drowning, but sometimes just feeling so overwhelmed, whether that be good or bad. Well, maybe not bad, I wouldn't say bad, maybe whether that be good or something that's challenging that you're going through, that you're working through. To me, that sometimes represents drowning, and that overwhelming feeling for me, a lot of it has come through, obviously my experiences, but through writing, journaling, reading, reflecting, and I just wanted to share the thoughts that I have with the world. So I'm so excited to do that, and yeah, let's just get into today's episode. So this is the first episode. I'm currently reading this book. It's called This Is How You Heal by Brianna Wiest, and I'm not that much into it, but it's so good so far, and it came at the perfect timing when I think I needed it, because I'm just going through a period in my life where I'm not quite in complete, utter depression like I once was, but I'm not quite living in the fullness of light and freedom and love and all the things that I want. It's like that transitionary period. And these last few days have just been so interesting because, and sorry if you can hear any type of background noise. I live with my family, so I have my own room, but sometimes background noises get picked up, so I apologize for that. But these last few days have just been so interesting. I've been feeling like I have a job where I'm on the phone a lot, and fortunately I get to work from home, but it's not something that I feel purposed in. It's not something that I enjoy. It's not something that I'm like, oh yes, this is where I'm meant to be. This is what I need to be doing. I don't feel that way at all. If anything, it's been a very long several months that I've been here, and grueling at times, especially on my mental health. But I've been showing up, doing my job, but these last few days, I just have not been. I've taken off several days from work and not feeling like guilty about it. Like, if there was any guilt, it was more so what other people would think of me, like my boss or my parents or someone else, versus guilt of like actually not being there. Like, I didn't feel guilty about that. I feel like I should say that I needed this time to recenter myself, to reset, to really just reflect more and be quiet and just focus on not just growth. I've always been kind of focused on growth and productivity, but more so now, like, focusing on pouring back into myself, healing intentionally, not with challenges and working out and pushing myself to accomplish a goal. Like, all that is great, and that can facilitate healing. But now I feel I'm in the space of, how can I love myself? And that is something that I don't think I've ever truly actively done. Not because I didn't want to, because I didn't know how to. I didn't really know myself well to know what I liked, what I didn't like, in terms of what I can give myself. Like, I know if someone does this, I know whether I like that or whether I didn't like that. But in terms of, like, Simone, what do you love about you, and how can you give yourself more of the things that make you feel loved by yourself? And I just didn't know. I'm a deep thinker. I love reflecting, but when it comes to thinking about myself, it's not something I do often, So picking up this book, I had watched someone's video, and I had seen it like a few years ago when she first published it, but I just never bought it at the time. And so like a week ago, I saw a YouTuber, she was reading it or talking about the book. So I was like, wow, like, I'm gonna get this. And already it's just been really amazing and healing, for lack of better words. There's this one passage in it that I want to share that really spoke to me, because especially it was about, the title of this one is, "This Year, Let Go of the People Who Aren't Ready to Love You." And something I still struggle with is people pleasing, and especially when it comes to family members, especially parents. I am the oldest daughter of my siblings and the only girl, and I've felt the pressure all my life to show up as who my parents wanted me to be, and that has followed me all throughout my life. And I'm 29 now, so it's, I'm not like old or anything, but it's something that's never let up. And it's not until recently that I'm finally like chipping away at that. It's very hard to let go of, because it requires a mindset shift. It requires you to love yourself, to not accept certain behavior from anyone, regardless of whether they be blood or not. And this one passage just really got me. So, the most precious, important thing that you have in your life is your energy. It is not your time that is limited, it is your energy. What you give to each day, or what you give each day, is what you will create more and more of in your life. What you give your time to is what will define your existence. When you realize this, you'll begin to understand why you're so anxious when you spend your time with people who are wrong for you, and in jobs or places or cities that are wrong too. you'll begin to realize that the foremost important thing you can do for your life and yourself and everyone else you know is to protect your energy more fiercely than anything else. Make your life a safe haven in which only people that have the capacity to care and listen and connect are allowed. You are not responsible for saving people. You are not responsible for convincing them they want to be saved. It is not your job to show up for people and give away your life to them, little by little, moment by moment, because you pity them, because you feel bad, because you should, because you're obligated, because at the root of it all, you're afraid to not be liked back. It is your job to realize that you are the master of your fate and that you are accepting the love you think you're worthy of. And that's the part that got me. That last sentence, that you are accepting the love you think you're worthy of. And I want to be someone who feels worthy of unconditional, true love, true acceptance, true compassion and kindness, and not to say that the people in our lives don't love us in the way that they define love, but that may not be how you need to be loved, and that is okay, right? That's more than okay. And I think also something I have struggled with is, this woe is me, like these people don't love me in the way I need them to. Well, one day I'm gonna move out and I'm gonna meet all these great friends and I'm gonna meet my husband and he's gonna love me the way I need to be and they're gonna love me the way that I've always deserved and da-da-da. And I still wholeheartedly believe that, but the missing piece, the part that I had to realize, is that you also have to love yourself with the same love that you're requiring or wanting from others. Because at the end of the day, if you receive all the things emotionally that you want from other people, but you don't even love yourself, or the way in which you've shown up for yourself historically is not really in the way that you need yourself to, then how's that going to help you? It might be a band-aid, but like deep down in your core, we have to uncover who we really are. We have to learn how to love ourselves. We have to study ourselves, look at ourselves, reflect on who we are. And I am in that period, that transitionary phase where I'm learning to love myself while at the same time, healing, while at the same time trying to create boundaries and learning to not let people just treat me however, which is very scary, very hard, especially for someone where that's all you've ever been used to. But I just wanted to come on here and share as the first episode. I'm so eager and blessed and grateful to finally be doing this and overcoming my fear of just it not working out and people not liking it, or that I can't do this, or I don't have the gifts or talents. And I'm grateful to God that I'm sitting here today doing this, because a few years ago I would have never imagined. So I will leave you with that. Whatever it is that you want to do, everyone says like, oh, just go after it, do it. But they're right, but you got to do that in your own time. Work on yourself, but also give yourself grace. It's not always about do. Sometimes it's just about being and accepting yourself and listening to what it is that you need, and then showing up for yourself and giving yourself that. So yeah, I will continue to update you guys with any other insights I get from this book. And like I said, It's called When You're Ready, This Is How You Heal by Brianna Wiest. And I thank you guys so much for being here with me on this monumental day. The first episode, it means so much to me. And I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.